I once had a chick that literally allowed me to slay right while her newborn was in the crib. It was like, in the background, I'm just slaying his mom. The fight story. There was this girl who was tonguing it up every day outside of class. It was this dude mad dogging me. This dude threw a big ass haymaker. He comes back. Whew. I don't think I've ever told you guys that Glommy Juice story. So the first concoction I made, piss, lemonade, fruit punch, did slide some matrix juice in there. Nigga starts guzzling the Glommy Juice. Did I ever get a girl pregnant? There was one ex-girlfriend I got pregnant. This chick was so violent. She was like 6'1", 6'2". I was like, fuck. I didn't see what Toys R Us looked like on the inside until I was 13. I was friends with like this big Jehovah's Witness family. The whole day they were like, yeah, we're going to Toys R Us today. I was like, can I go? They're like, no, it's family only.
There's an interview that dropped with your ex-roommate.
I don't even know who the fuck an ex-roommate is.
Or bring up her name.
Oh, this is this bum biscuit that lives in his car. He had this old married bitch over here cooking all this nasty ass shit in the kitchen. That nigga was dirty as fuck. Bum, when I say bum, when I say bum, when I say bum. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't agree with niggas fucking with chicks with kids. Unless you're one of those niggas that's gonna wife her or something like that, but you honestly should never meet a chick that has kids. You should never meet her children. Ever in life. Unless you're gonna wife that chick. Because you're gonna fuck up the kid into some capacity. And it's gonna be your fault. It's gonna be your fault for interacting with the kid when you knew you was just fucking his mom. And then it's going to be the mom's fault for bringing you around in the first fucking place. Like I said, I once had a chick that literally allowed me to slay right while her newborn was in the crib. So it was this ice queen. Some of you guys know the story. It was this ice queen, right? Long story short, boom, I'm over there. She wanted the BBC, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I said, can we do it in another room? She's like, no, just don't worry about it. Like, I don't want my parents to come home, blah, blah, blah. Like, she's like, let's just do it here. We end up slaying. I'm backshotting her, fucking her, sliding dick in her. She's like, oh my God, while I'm fucking her and everything. Bro, the kid must have woke up like, eh. I'm like, I stopped because I'm like, I can't bang with a kid wailing in the background. Like, I stop. I'm like, I said, wait, maybe we should just stop. Like, that's like your kid's crying. She's like, no, he'll stop. Just keep going. That's exactly the way she said it. She said, no, don't stop. Just keep going. All right. Kid was like, in the background, I'm just slaying his mom. Just. Any female teachers? I don't have no fire teachers that I would have liked to fuck growing up. They were all like big ass black bitches that loved fried chicken. And I kid you not, I had this one teacher when I was in, what was I in 4th grade? Oh my God, I just couldn't stand this bitch. She was this big, tall, light-skinned lady. And this bitch was addicted to fried chicken. I'm telling you. When I say addicted to fried chicken, I'm telling you she was addicted to fried chicken. Now, let me tell you guys a little quick story real quick. So, when did I go to this fucking school? I went to the school in 3rd grade. This is when I first came out of private school. And I was really like out of private school. My mom was like, you know what? You guys just gonna have to go to public now. So, the rest of my 3rd grade year, first half was in private school. The rest of it was fucking in public school. Like I always said, my mom would pull us out of private, put us in public, put us back in private, you know, put us back in public, whatever the fuck I just said. Man, those are some good times too when I think about it. Very nostalgic. But so I go to this new school that's like off of 74th Street. I think it's like 74th Street Western or some shit like that in LA. It's called LaSalle Elementary. Mind you, you know, I go there. The first day I go, you know, I'm the tallest kid in school, blah, blah, blah. First day I go, niggas already starting shit. I go in, I fall for the biggest trick in the book. I know this sounds like a motherfucking, you know, like a fake story or some shit on a cartoon, but no, this shit really happened. So, one of the dudes said, oh, here, have a seat. I'm going to pull out a chair for you. If I suck, you wouldn't be watching me. But you could suck my motherfucking virtual dick, though. Fat ass nigga. I see your profile picture. Worthless cuck. Anyways, let's get back to what the fuck I was talking about. So I fall for the old chair trick. I'm gonna sit down. They pull the chair from under me. I fall. Boom. Everybody laughing at me, pointing. Ah, look at this tall ass nigga on the floor. Blah, blah, blah. Mind you, I'm only in 3rd grade. So I get up. I was like, all right. It was this nerd dude. I still remember this dude. He had glasses. His name was Ernest. How the fuck do I remember a nigga from 3rd grade named Ernest? Because I don't forget no fucking face and names. So this nigga was pointing at me and laughing, since so he was close. I got the chair and I swung it at this nigga and hit him. And he was like, they hit me with the fucking chair. Blah, blah, blah. After that, the whole class hated me. I had to fight the whole class, nigga, for at least a whole month. I was walking through the door. They was all taking turns, socking me in the back, everything. And then I got tired of it. I was a quiet kid. Niggas thought something was wrong with me. I was a quiet kid. I wasn't always outspoken and shit like that. You know, everybody, even a bitch that was a tomboy was socking me in the back. I was like, all right, fuck it. So I start punching these niggas back. I'm sitting at school lunches by myself, no friends in the class, everything. You know, for a kid, that's very detrimental. You know, if I had this brain when I was in 3rd grade, I wouldn't give a fuck about kicking it with nobody. I don't give a fuck about no other human being being around me to make myself content. But when you're a kid, that's very detrimental. If you have one best friend and that nigga doesn't come to school, goddamn, you're going to be like a fucking goddamn, a fry left in a McDonald's box all day. Like, you're going to be a lonely ass motherfucker. Nigga, shut your bitch ass up. If I was sensitive, I wouldn't be streaming no more, cuck. Suck my dick, bitch. You sensitive. That's why you got upset about me banning somebody. Now suck my dick virtually and listen to this fucking story, bitch, after I ban you. Because we know you will, cuck. Anyways. So basically, you know, I had to end up catching a couple of fades, everything like that. It was towards the end of the year, so I only had to spend like a couple of months in that class. So I went to 4th grade, and there was this fucking teacher, and I'll never forget her name, Miss Mercier. Big, tall, light-skinned black bitch. For some reason, she just did not like me for shit. Like, she was always yelling at me, this and that. And this bitch always had a fresh, and when I mean a fresh, box of fried chicken on her desk every fucking day. She ate so much fried chicken to the point where we had a substitute teacher for a whole month because the bitch had kidney stones and all types of shit from eating fried chicken every day. I'd be shocked if she was still alive because her health was very bad. So I'll never forget, my nigga, she used to do the coldest shit. So her son was in the same school as us. But you could tell he was like slightly special ed. This nigga had a fucking head in the shape of a box. Like literally his head was like an actual box. His head was in the shape of a Rubik's Cube and he had a ducktail. How many of you niggas in here know what a ducktail is? I don't know. I think it was Church's chicken if I can remember. Niggas got some nerve, nigga. If I was sensitive, you know the type of nigga I would have been murdered myself. Y'all niggas are stupid. Think about the ideology of what you're saying and the logic before you try to dare call a nigga like myself sensitive or insecure or anything. I'm the most godlike nigga, period. Can't nobody handle the type of hate and scrutiny I deal with, bitch ass niggas. I'm nothing but somebody that absorbs it and I never spit it out. I suck that shit in and use it as power, nigga. You motherfuckers would be crying and ready to kill yourself or kill somebody if you were in my shoes. The fuck? Realize who the fuck you speaking to, nigga. That's why you're here. Any fucking ways. So her son, you could tell he was like slightly special ed, but I didn't really know because I was a kid. But when I look back on it as an adult, I basically just understood what was up. So she had a party and she made, I think it was maybe like 2 of us in the class, and I happened to be one of them. Nigga, I never got lucky with shit in life. Period. I never won no drawings, never got the candy in class, none of that shit. Anything I got is because I put myself in that position. So she had a party, nigga. When I say only 2 of us in the class, and it was a new student and it was me. She let this nigga swing a piñata out there in the yard, knock out all the candy, right? Now we're kids. I'm a 4th grader. We're kids. She let this nigga swing, hit the piñata, bust out all these Snickers, Twix, what's the other fucking candy? Sweet Tarts, Jolly Ranchers, you know, a kid's dream. I'm seeing nothing but colors and candy. And I go to grab from some of the candy, and she says, you niggas know my real name. I don't need to say it. She was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "You don't know my son." She's like, "Put that candy back down." I was thinking in my head, like, what? Like, the candy is out here. You're telling me that I can't have none of the candy? Nigga, I even tried to grab a Tootsie Roll. It's funny somebody mentioned the Tootsie Roll. Hey, Chrono Lucas, thank you for the 30. Hold on. Much appreciated. Pay for the cam. All right. Jerseys on sale too, guys. Jerseys available for pre-order. If you don't know what it looks like, boom. If you just seen it on pics, here you go. Voila Magic, get your pre-orders in tonight. Let's make that order number jump up to 42 sold. Let's get it. 10 tonight, please. So I try to grab for the Tootsie Roll. After she told me, she said, "Didn't I tell you not to touch none of my son's candy? You don't know him." And it's funny, I still remember this shit. And I was just like, damn, I'm thinking in my head, like, why the fuck would you have your son swinging a pinata and only two of us can't get the candy, and I'm one of the only two that can't get the fucking candy? So long story short, this is what really fucked this bitch up too. So in 4th grade, I started to make little friends, right? It was different. I went to a different class. I wasn't the new student anymore or anything like that. And I'm pretty sure your mom's gonna get it too by the time I'm done stroking her so deep, I'm gonna give her fucking pancreatic, nigga. Suck my dick, bitch. Anyways, but so this is how I knew she was a fucked up bitch. I used to have this friend named Anton. I had this friend named Anton, and he would always try to teach me backflips. You know, boom. Long story short, he would complain that his stomach was hurting every day in class for like 2 weeks straight. He'd be like, "Miss Mercier, my stomach hurts. Can I go use the bathroom? Can I go use the bathroom?" And she got tired of him asking. She's like, "Yeah, go use the bathroom then. Why you keep asking me to use the bathroom?" Yelling at this kid every time he wanted to use the bathroom. Let's fast forward to like after a month. This was a month of her yelling at this dude because he had diarrhea over and over and over again. We all come into class. This bitch is sitting at the table crying her eyes out. She like just crying with her fried chicken right there, whatever the fuck she had to drink. Wouldn't be surprised if it was Kool-Aid. She's crying her eyes out and everything like that, just bawling. Dude, all right, get out of here, nigga. So she tells us, she said, "Guys," she was like, "Anton passed away." And the whole class just started weeping because this dude died. Like, he died in the fucking 4th grade of diabetes. And I bet you that shit fucked her up for life, because she used to yell at this kid over and over and over and over again. And this nigga, he ended up dying off diabetes. And she was wondering why in the fuck this kid kept asking to use the bathroom, because the nigga had type 2. So that means his parents was probably feeding him Kool-Aid, Totinos, whatever the fuck was out. All types of fruit snacks, Gushers, all types of shit. So after that, it just completely fucked this bitch up. She was never the same. I don't even know why I told that story, but yeah. Nobody knew because he probably had ghetto parents. Nigga, the transition from private school in LA to public school was completely different. But yeah, guess they didn't know he had type 2. And shit, everything, you know, his organs gave out. Of course she was overweight. She was fat than a motherfucker. You didn't notice, but what is this shit? One day you had your last sleepover with your friends, blah, blah, blah. You played your game boy for the first time. Parachute. Visited Blockbuster on a Friday night. Bro, why y'all doing this? Damn. There's music? Where? There ain't no fucking music. You visited Blockbuster on a Friday night for the last time. You burnt yourself on the slide for the last time. You ducked this looking for your favorite movie for the last time. You had your nap at school the last time. You had your last McDonald's. I never had a McDonald's party. And also, I told you niggas, I didn't see what Toys R Us looked like on the inside until I was 13 years old. So I never got to enjoy that like single digit like aura of Toys R Us. I was already 13, so I wasn't playing with toys no more. I was just into video games. So I never got to experience the magic of Toys R Us like that. You know, you were supposed to experience that magic in your single digit years. I'll never forget one time I had to been like, I think I was 8 years old. And I remember I was friends with like this big Jehovah's Witness family across the street. And fucking we were playing outside and the whole day they were like, yeah, we're going to Toys R Us today, blah blah blah. We're gonna leave to Toys R Us. And I was so like bummed that I couldn't go. I was like, can I go? They're like, no, it's family only. It was like a big Jehovah's Witness family. I think it was a family of like 9 kids, but only let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 of them were our age. So those 4, the rest of their kids were grown or some shit. So they left for the whole day. And I remember I kept going outside to see if they came back, to see what they came home to get from Toys R Us. And I was like so like jealous. Like I wouldn't say jealous, but I was just say bummed out. Cause it was like always my dream to go to Toys R Us growing up. But yeah, they came back and they were just like, oh my God, it was like so fun, blah blah blah. They brought all these like Barbies home and fucking the boy brought home like some Spider-Man toys and shit, some Power Ranger toys. But yeah, I never got to experience that magic. Cause you know, when you're 13, like, do you really care about like toys like that? It's like you're cracked into video games and shit at that point. Bro, they stayed mentioning Jehovah. What's this? Oh, is this like Pokemon cards or something? I ignored that shit growing up. Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Bro, all my friends loved Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, had folders, flaps full of fucking Yu-Gi-Oh Pokemon. I just couldn't fuck with that shit. I used to get so mad when they would just sit there for hours and be playing cards. I'm like, I just couldn't get into it. Them niggas had folders. Stayed buying like packs. I remember his mom, one of my homies, his mom used to take him to buy packs every weekend. His fool would just come back with crazy amount of Pokemon packs, just shuffling for holographics.
I'm gonna light that stupid asshole. Bitch, come outside. I'm gonna light that.
Damn, that would piss me off because I hate being wet unless. But that shit would piss me off. Somebody throwing some sticky ass drink on me. Damn, that shit would make me mad. I'm gonna stay out there all night till you get off work. And I'm gonna piss in a bottle. I'm gonna go get some of my cat's dookie, put it in the bottle, shake it up, put bleach in that motherfucker, shake it up. Anything nasty, I'm gonna take some fat out the George Foreman grill, drip tray, put that shit in there, shake it up, put some cat litter in there, shake it up. Nigga, I'm making a whole combustion. And your asses, you do some shit like that to me while you're at work, I'm gonna get you. There used to be this, you know what, I got this, yo, check this out. Did I ever tell you guys a story about Glommy Juice? I don't think I ever told you guys the Glommy Juice story. Nah, I never told it. Oh, I don't think I ever told you guys that Glommy Juice story. It definitely is some crazy shit. It definitely is some crazy shit, but I'm gonna keep that locked behind the sub goal. Yo, Hearts Uneasy with the 10 gifted though to hit that motherfucking goal? Oh. I guess you guys really wanted to hear the story of Glommy Juice. shout out for the support. Thank you guys so much. So remember this, all right, here's this song. I'm gonna give it to you in full, like the full context.
Dance closely, even though they feel like limeys.
All right, so this is where I got it from, right? So when I was a kid, like me and my friends, you know, we was listening to Fab, and we thought he said dance closely, even though they feel the glommies. So we started calling dicks glommies. So, hold on, something's in my eye. Hold up. All right, so yeah, so because of that snippet, we actually started calling dicks glommies. Like that's what we would say. Like we used to always, every time we heard that shit, we just rhyme together, be like, dance closely, even though she feel the glommies. And so we just started calling cocks glommies, right? So hold up.
Dance closely, even though they feel like limeys.
So obviously that's not what Fab says, but we thought he said glommy, so we just started calling this shit a glommy, because don't it just sound like a glommy? Like, but so fucking you know me, I came up with some shit called Glommy Juice. So Glommy Juice, the first concoction I made. The first concoction I made, now mind you, I started pissing in bottles as a teenager. So the first concoction I made was just like piss with like lemonade, with like some sort of like a fruit punch. All right. So the first concoction I made, literally no bullshit, it was it was concoction of piss, lemonade, fruit punch mix. Remember that ghetto fruit punch mix? They used to come in like a big gallon. I think they still smell it. I think they still spell it. My bad. Sell it. I'm tripping. They still sell it at Smart and Final. You can get a big gallon of that gooey globby like punch mix that you like put in a thing for the party. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so my mom used to always, like, that's how we had our juice. Like, she would only buy that, and we were only allowed to put in a certain amount. It couldn't be too sugary, and we had to put a lot of water in it. So my first concoction of Glommy Juice, like, 2 of my homies spent the night. So he was drinking his juice. So I went ahead and, like, already had a concoction of Glommy Juice. But I always had, like, a weird imagination or some shit. So I'd already had the piss in a bottle. So I mixed the piss with the fucking fruit punch, with the fucking lemon. It was like that lemon juice with the lemon juice with like another juice, and I put that shit in his drink. And like he went to go for his cup, and we just started dying. He's like, oh, hell no, what the fuck y'all niggas did to my drink? We was like, nothing. He like smelled it. He's like, fuck no. He's like, I'm not drinking this shit. And we was like, we almost got you with that Glommy Juice. He's like, what the fuck is Glommy Juice? So we told him what it was. He's like, hell no, fuck y'all niggas, blah, blah, blah. So this is not even half of it, bro. So for years, you know, I kept that concoction. So there was this like Italian chick that I was fucking with, like, bro, this was like so many years ago, nigga. Usher Yeah was like on fucking on TV. Like that's how old the shit was. Like Usher Yeah was like in rotation on TV. Anyway, so it was like this trailer park straight up, like, I don't even want to call him an ice queen. Like, what would I call a trailer park chick? Like what's the slang for that? Yo, what's that fucking maybe we just call her a hot tour or something like that. So it was just like this hot Tua style chick. Bro, like her mom didn't give a fuck what niggas spent the night or anything like that. They literally lived in a trailer park. No bullshit, lived in a trailer park. Everything. I used to always go over there. She had her own room in the back of the trailer. I was able to spend a night, kick it, wake up. Like, I literally was allowed to be over there with the mom there, everything. Her mom had this boyfriend named Billy. So I kept telling the girl that I was talking to, I kept telling her, like, yo, you want to taste this Glommy Juice? She's like, what the fuck is Glommy Juice? I was like, just taste it. Like, if you really like me, you'll taste it. She's like, I don't know, bring some over. I said, all right. So I made another concoction. I had, what was it? I stole some of my mom's margarita mix that she wasn't even fucking with. So I had a margarita mix bottle, put piss in it, put fucking more fruit punch, put another juice, shook that shit up, put more lemon, more like that raw lemon juice, put that shit in there, shook that shit up. And I was like, all right, I got the Glommy Juice. I said, if I bring it over, you gonna taste it? She's like, all right, I'll taste it. So I bring over the Glommy Juice, right? We all in the middle of the kitchen. It's the mom, and her boyfriend was like 20 years younger than her, but she was like one of those like older, like, what's that fucking, Dukes of Hazzard. She was one of those Dukes of Hazzard, like ice queens or whatever like that. She was a straight up Dukes of Hazzard, like straight up, like lot of makeup, bleach blonde ass fucking hair, a lot of eyeliner. So I brought it over. I was like, you guys want to try Glommy Juice? She's like, what the fuck is Glommy Juice? I said, you know, it's just like my special, you know, it's just basically my special juice, whatever. Now, I'm not going to tell the other ingredient. I'm going to just say this. I did slide some Matrix juice in there. That part I did left. That part. No bullshit. Look. So I left that part out. I did leave that part out, but that was the whole point of it being called Glommy Juice. I thought you niggas were gonna catch on. How could it be Glommy Juice if there was no Glommy Juice in there? Get it? So I did put some of that shit in there, shook it all up, but you could see shit swiveling around. Like, you could see like little particles in that shit swimming around and not swimming around, but just like in there. So I take the shit over. She's like, what the fuck is that? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, do you guys want to try Glommy Juice? She's like, what's that? So, bro, this is how I know her mom was an expert eater. So her mom takes the bottle, right? She's like, let me smell it first before I try it. Bro, her mom literally takes the bottle, smells it. She's like, why does it smell like sperm? And I just started dying. I could not, bro, I was crying in the kitchen. I was like, how the fuck does it smell like sperm? And I'm just crying, but the mom literally was like, said it smells like sperm. So, no bullshit. She was skeptical about it. When I tell you this was the most Zach thing I ever witnessed in my life, why the fuck did her bald Zach boyfriend say, fuck it, I'm not a pussy? Nigga starts guzzling the Glommy Juice. No bullshit. No bullshit. He starts guzzling the Glommy Juice, bro. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, I'm not a pussy. Nigga just chugging his shit like it's a frat party, and he's trying to get his stripes with fucking one of those frat parties. Bro, the dude is guzzling. You can see his Adam's apple like, loop, 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 loop. Nigga's just chugging the Glommy Juice. And I'm like, oh, now the girl that I was going over there to see, she already knew what was in the motherfucking bottle. So me and her are crying while this nigga's just guzzling the Glommy Juice. He didn't finish it, but the nigga literally, we never told him. This nigga guzzled Matrix juice, lemon juice, margarita mix, fruit punch mix, and piss. And the mom was like, what it tastes like, Billy? He was like, I don't know. It tastes like Kool-Aid or like lemon juice or some shit. It's like, you guys are pussy. He's like, that shit wasn't even that bad. The dude literally just guzzled a whole concoction. I don't know if I made it sweet or what, But to this day, there's a man out there that didn't even know he was drinking straight up Glommy Juice. I don't know what the fuck happened to those people. They're long gone, but damn. Yeah, that was a crazy one. Bro, her mom was like the weirdest chick though. Like, I'll never forget this time. This is the most weirdest shit, right? Obviously, this was so long ago, I was still living with my mom, everything, right? So she calls me, not the mom, the girl calls me, like, me and my mom were like driving around, just fucking around tonight. Like, she's like, do you want to like go with us somewhere? I was like, where? Did he throw up after? Nah. I'm like, where? She's like, I don't know. We're just gonna like drive around for the night or whatever. I was like, all right, cool. Bro, we drive around. Her mom's literally looking for a guy to fuck. She's like, I don't know she's like, I don't care who it is, but she's like, I see somebody cute, I'm fucking whoever the fuck I pull over. I'm gonna tell somebody to get in the car. I'm gonna fuck them. So, bro, we're driving around. We end up at like some ghetto area out here, right? She picks up some like Hispanic dude, fucks the nigga in the closet. Like, it was just the weirdest night. We was up. I got dropped off at like 6:30 a.m., but her mom literally fucked the nigga that she like, the first dude she seen walking on the side of the street. She's like, hey, she's like, what are you doing tonight? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, shit, walking home. She's like, you want to come with us? He's like, shit, fuck it, blah, blah, blah. She ended up fucking the guy. Nah, we all went back to his spot. She ends up fucking a guy that she picks up on the side of the road. Bro, her mom was fucking a straight up eater. She was wild as fuck. But yeah, she's one of those Dukes of Hazzard chicks. Like, straight up trailer park, cigarettes on deck 24/7, multiple BDs, kids look like, her sons look like that kid off Toy Story. The one, you know, the kid off Toy Story 2, the one that kept fucking up the toys. Yeah. Yo, shout out for the bits. Yeah, bro, that was one of like, I don't know what made me think of Glommy Juice right now. I don't know what the fuck we did, what we were talking about, but thank you guys for allowing me to hit the sub goal. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck made me think about Glommy Juice right now. What happened?
There's an interview that dropped with your ex-roommate. What are your thoughts? We the PPL want to know.
I don't even know who the fuck a ex-roommate is. I don't know who the fuck it is. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Yeah, I don't got no motherfucking roommate. I don't know what the fuck these niggas talking about, ex-roommate. I don't know what the fuck does that even mean? The fuck? Like, anybody that I was roommating with would have had to been way before I started getting money like that. So they're most likely a broke, worthless ass nigga that's a bum, basically. So what the fuck is a broke, worthless ass nigga gonna say about me in current day that used to be a roommate? The nigga's life must be miserable as fuck. Yo, somebody send me the video. I want to see if it's the nigga who I think it is.
Didn't expect to see me so soon, did you? Yeah, me neither.
Hold up, what the fuck?
I have all respect for it. If I say anything that seems misconstrued as like disrespectful towards her or bring up her name.
Oh, this is this bum biscuit that lives in his car. I don't know if that's really him or not, though. I haven't heard this nigga's voice in years. So the fact that a broke ass, bum ass nigga that was living in his car would even speak on me is hilarious. Let me see this shit.
These like passive aggressive ass fucking comments about like me or my chick on Facebook, and he was,
bro, this nigga talking about some shit from 2015. What year we in? 2024. Nah, this is some broke ass nigga who literally was a bum living in his whip. And this was like hella years ago, back way before I started getting money.
Is it true you shat in the shower?
Way before I started getting money, anything in life. This broke ass bum nigga was just a random, dirty, grimy, ugly, bearded, just nasty, grimy motherfucker that was fucking with a married chick, right? He was fucking with a married chick that had a husband, and he always had like an old ass married chick over here. So this nigga still salty from 2015. This nigga, let me tell you guys something. This ugly ass nigga knows nothing about me in life. All we were roommates. That's it. At a point, we were roommates in 2015. This nigga knows absolutely nothing about me, period. Nothing. Any grown man that calls me passive aggressive, but we never had a real conversation, it doesn't make any sense to me. Also, this nigga was a racist too. Like one time we was like sprawling and rolling. Mind you, this nigga's weak as fuck. So this dude, he tried to like fire me up because he's like, you're not using your real strength on me. He's like, come on, you ucking egg. Now you could put the other blanks at the end. I said, oh, did you just say that to fire me up? He's like, you're not using your real strength on me, you ucking egg. I'm like, I said, bro, I ain't trying to hurt you. I'm like, bro, this broke ass bum nigga that was working at Winco that got fired. Man, it was the fact that this nigga's speaking on me, but I've been into Winco multiple times when he was working there. He used to work at the pizza part, you know, in Winco where they like give you pizza and shit. So it'd be like, I'm coming fresh out the gym, you know what I'm saying? I'll go over there, get my turkey bacon and egg whites, boom. This nigga was over there flipping pizzas. So I'm like, yeah, let me get a slice of pepperoni. He's like, oh, okay, did you just want... And so if you had any type of beef or something, nigga, why didn't you just say that when you was flipping my motherfucking pizza, nigga? Like, the thing is, it's always weird motherfuckers coming from my past that got an issue. And the fact that this nigga would even speak on me when we really don't know each other like that, all we did was live together for what? That nigga, I allowed that nigga to rent a room in my spot. We stayed together for a bit. That nigga was dirty as fuck. That nigga was grimy as shit. That nigga had the downstairs bathroom grimy. That nigga would leave dishes in the sink for a week straight. That's always what starts beef with anybody that I've roommated with in the past. These niggas stay leaving bowls in the sink for 4 to 5 fucking days. I hate it. Nigga, every roommate I had always left a motherfucking bowl in a fucking sink or a plate or whatever for 4 to 5 fucking days. That's what always started the shit. So I text him, I'd be like, bro, you left this bowl or this cup in the sink for like 4 to 5 days. He like, oh, okay, I'll get it out. Or I would have to wash the shit. Then this nigga would risk my safety by having a married bitch over here that was old as fuck. This chick was like 60 or 50 or some shit. He'd had his old married bitch over here cooking all this nasty ass shit in the kitchen. Now, what if her husband pulled up and sprayed the whole shit up? So I'm like, why is this literal bum speaking on me? When I say bum, why is this bum ass nigga speaking on me, bruh? This nigga literally sleeps in his whip. And that nigga's legally fucked in life. Like that nigga got, I'm gonna just say this, without airing all that nigga shit out, this nigga is in legal trouble to the point where he could never live a real life over some shit he did in Hawaii years ago. Nigga, if you mad about the $200 or $300 from 2015, nigga, come get it. Why is a actual bum speaking on me? A bum that literally lived here in 2015. I'm trying to figure that out. Why is a bum speaking on me? All I do is prosper, do great things, in the process of doing even greater things, this and that. Why is a actual bum that was sleeping in his car or maybe still sleeps in his whip, why is a bum speaking on me? That's the real question. I've seen this nigga plenty of times at Winco when you was flipping pizzas. When I said, yeah, let me get a slice of pepperoni. You could have been like, fuck your pepperoni, bro. Then maybe I would have had some motherfucking respect. But the fact that a bum ass nigga is speaking on me, when you see me multiple times, Yeah, you guys can watch this shit all you want, but let me tell you something. This dirty, grimy, disgusting, dirt-smelling bum biscuit knows nothing about me in real life. Just because you roommated with me for a while doesn't mean you know shit about me. You don't, nigga. You seen me in person multiple times while you was working at Winco. They also said you got fired because I asked about you. I think it was last year I asked about this nigga. I was like, yo, whatever happened to Alex? It was like, oh, you talking about Alex, blah, blah, blah? I said, yeah, he used to be flipping pizzas. He used to work in the pizza shit. They were like, oh, he got fired. I'm like, oh, shit. I don't know. Me personally, I don't got time to be thinking about bum-ass niggas from 2015. I'm sorry, I just don't. I'm too busy prospering, my nigga. Ill will and beef. There's no beef. No matter what this bum, ugly, literal, actual, dirty bum biscuit said about me, I don't feel no ill ways about this nigga. Nigga, if you want... Basically, the nigga's whole beef is this. So when we first moved into a spot, right? When we first moved into a spot, there was a security deposit for $600. I put 3, he put 3. I guess the nigga was salty, went on a ghost account, because I used to go on... This is back when I used to, like, talk on Facebook. I went on Facebook, like, why? I said, how many of you guys would allow a roommate to bring over a married bitch into your establishment and put your life at risk? And then there was a comment section about it. Like, the nigga had an actual married bitch that had a husband with kids. And the nigga was having, and the married, here's the big ass twist about it. Look, here's the real funny thing about it. Guess what the married bitch had? She had a key to the motherfucking apartment. The married bitch had a key to the motherfucking apartment, bruh. Bitch had a whole husband and kids, married, with a key to my motherfucking goddamn apartment. This nigga said my chick, bro, nigga, that was your fucking mom. This nigga said my chick. No, that was somebody's wife that actually was married to a black man and had a mixed kid looking like Cruella DeVille. Nigga, if you're still mad about some 2015 shit, we could chop it up IRL. We don't got to catch fade, none of that weird shit, because I have no ill will. But if you got an issue or a beef, you don't got to go on the internet speaking about somebody you don't know nothing about. You don't know nothing about me, but I know everything about you, dirt and filth wise, because you was living here dirty as fuck. That nigga was grimy as hell. That nigga showered. Let me tell you how many times this nigga showered a week. 2 showers a week, bruh. That nigga would be in the room fucking playing The Witcher 3 for a week straight. Nigga pop out to take 2 showers. Dead ass, that nigga would take 2 showers a week. Had the fucking, you could just smell like the fume of mud and dirt just reeking out the room like a motherfucking eerie ghost. That nigga barely ever bathed. That nigga was dirty as fuck. That nigga was broke as shit. Before we started roommating, that nigga was living in his actual car. I was like, yo, you trying to get a spot? I see you living in your whip. When I used to go to 24-Hour Fitness, this is when I like first started working out. 2015. I remember I went to 24-Hour Fitness. This nigga used to live in the parking lot of 24-Hour Fitness. He lived in 2 parking lots. 24-Hour Fitness and Planet Fitness. The nigga showered there and all that type of shit. I was like, okay, I had other options, but I was like, yo, did you want a roommate or whatever? I see you living in your whip. At first, he's like, I don't really know, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, look, if you want to get a spot, like, at least you won't be living in your car. So let me tell you, the last thing before I wrap this shit up, the only issue that this actual bum could have with me is the fact that he never got his last 200.
I think the smell was from your shit in the shower.
He never got the last 200. He never got the last 200. He never got the last 200 of his security deposit. I'm going to turn off TTS too. I don't know. I think that nigga only stayed with me for like a year and a half or some weird shit. It wasn't even a long time. Just one day he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to move out. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, I don't like, he's like, you and your girl are real arrogant. He said, I just don't feel the vibes. I said, that's cool. He's like, yeah, I'm going to just pack up my stuff and go. I said, for sure. That was it. The nigga was mad because he didn't get his $300. You guys seen that video years ago where I pulled up to the gym, gave him $100. He acted like he was talking shit, but he didn't talk shit in person. And then that's all she wrote. I would see that. I used to see him so many times in public. Last time I seen him was last year. The nigga didn't say anything to me. Like, bro, if you wanted you should have been like, yo, D, I know it's been years. I know we might have had beef, but you really think I could get that 200 for you? That 200 from you? I'd have been like, oh shit, I got you, bro. Like, this is completely different times. You need 200, I got you. But, you know what I'm saying? But literally hating on a nigga that has prospered since I've known you, I've never slowed down. It just shows that a nigga is miserable and broke than a motherfucker. Nigga act like it was 10 bands. Bro, it was $200. You seen me at Winco multiple times. You was working at Winco. I went right to the line and got pizza and you rung me up for a slice of pizza at Winco. You never said a motherfucking thing, my nigga. You could have asked for the $200. So yeah, y'all can watch that shit all you want, but there's nothing that a bum broke ass nigga could say anything about me from fucking, I don't know how many years ago, nigga, from 2015, bruh. Nigga was here 2015, moved out 2016. That was all she wrote. Yo, nigga, if you want your $200, I got that for you. You know how to contact me. Just go on one of these social media apps. Be like, yo, D, you think I can get that 200, bro? You do owe me 200. I'm like, all right, bet, I got you. Go pull it out the bank, give you the 200. You buy yourself a case of noodles, whatever the fuck you got going on, and come get it, my nigga. But speaking on me is crazy, bro. But it's funny, though. It's funny that a motherfucker, it's always a broke nigga from my past trying to talk about me. Soon as he said passive aggressive, I had to cut it off. I'm like, all right, that's some insecure bum shit. I would never call a man passive aggressive. I really don't care enough. I don't give a fuck if a grown man is arrogant and passive aggressive. Okay, and what? That's something that women say about niggas. That's not something that men say about men. No, Noski, shout out to Brian. What's his ethnicity? He was a Caucasian dude. Look, I'm gonna wrap it up and give you the rundown real quick about this weirdo ass nigga. That nigga gave a married bitch a key to my fucking apartment. That nigga was dirty as fuck, would leave a dishes in the sink for a week straight. That nigga would take 2 showers a week. That nigga at the house smelling like dirt and bum. That's 4. And the nigga's mad because he didn't get his last $200 from a security deposit because he was talking shit. I was going to give him the money, but he was talking shit on Facebook. And then on top of that, number 6, the nigga got mad because he seen that I put on Facebook, would you allow your roommate to bring a married bitch over here? Or would you find that it's a safe environment for you to have a married bitch over here that got a husband? Where if that nigga really wanted to crash out, he can come looking for that nigga and air you out. Yo, Solo Bolo, shout out for the 7 months. That's basically it. Other than that, the nigga has no real reason to be. We never had no convos. We didn't parlay while he was here. He never had a drink with me. We never kicked it outside. Like, we never did shit. So it's just like, the fuck you really, like, what do you really got to say? You still mad from 2016, my nigga? Get your life together. Because I know it's in shambles. I know it's in shambles. I know it hurts to see. I know it hurts to see me do nothing but thrive in life and become more and more successful and really just made something of myself while you just sat there in envy for years and years and years. For years and years and years. From 2016, my guy. What year is it right now? It's 24. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Nigga, that was 8-9 years ago, bro. You couldn't even keep the pizza flipping job at Winco. Why are you thinking about me? If anything, you should be thinking about that career type shit, bro. I mean, you got hired at Winco as a capital F. Some of you niggas know what a capital F is. You got hired at Winco as a capital F. Nigga, you should have held on to that job for dear life, my nigga. How you get fired from flipping pizzas? Bro, every time I went in there, every time I went into Winco, I used to just hope that I would see him as a manager. Cause even though this nigga was on some bullshit, I just wanted to see this nigga get his life together. So, cause when I first went into Winco, I was like, oh shit, this nigga Alex working Winco. I was like, cool. I said, okay, so we finally got a job. Cause when I don't see people for a long time, I be like wondering what happened to them. I'd be like, damn, if they fall off, how they doing? Like anytime I've like been remotely cool with somebody, I've always like, even though we don't talk no more, I'm like wondering like, are they good? You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, in my soul, I was never thinking it was no ill will after. I was like, okay, we had a little riff, 2015, whenever that was, that video from so many years ago. But when I seen him working at Winco, I was glad for him. I was like, oh shit, this nigga got a job. I said, cool. You know, I'm seeing him in there flipping pizzas, you know what I'm saying? Moving all fast, putting the pizza in the oven, taking it out, getting the pizza roller, you know, cutting 4 or 5 slices. I was like, all right, cool. Like everybody got to start somewhere. Nah, no bullshit. Nah, no bullshit. I'm not even trolling. No bullshit. I'm not even trolling. I was really legitimately, in my mind, I was legitimately happy for the nigga for getting a job. Because I was like, oh, cool. If he's working at Winco, he has a chance to be a manager. Like you could own stock in this company. This shit could be cool for him. But then when I asked about him a year ago, I went to go get a slice of pizza for some quick carbs or some shit after a workout. I said, yo, whatever, does Alex still work here? I really asked about this nigga a year ago, last summer to be exact. I said, yo, does Alex still work here? It was like, Alex? I said, yeah, he was like a shorter Caucasian dude. He had like long hair, he rocks a grimy beard sometimes he shaves it. Is he still working here? They're like, oh, nah, he got fired. He left. I was like, oh, shit. And I was just like, damn, I hope he's good. That's the last... honestly, that was my last thought. So, yo, Alex, if you want the $200, bro, I got that for you. Me personally, I don't have no motherfucking animosity. You know what I'm saying? I'm too blessed in life to really give a fuck about a random ass nigga speaking on me. But if your beef is that I went on Facebook and mentioned a married bitch having a key to my fucking apartment, which was unsafe, you not showering only 2 times a week, leaving cups and dishes in a sink for a week straight. You know what I'm saying? And stinking up the place, and me giving you know, and $200 being left. I mean, you could get the 200, my nigga. Yeah, but shit, hope everything is good for you, bro. That was a long time ago, my nigga. If you need the 200, holler at me, bro. I got that 200 for you. Let me know what's good, my nigga. Look, you know the thing is, too, you know what people from my past really dislike? How many people here can guess? Here's what people that are unsuccessful and broke and envious from your past really dislike. You know what they hate it when they see you thriving. You know, people from your past, they really want to go to your Facebook, go to your Instagram. They want to see you a bum. They want to see you fat. They want to see you falling off. They want to see you not posting. They don't want to see no positive updates. So the fact that this nigga kept seeing, like, you know what I'm saying? The nigga see me, I never got fat, stayed in shape. Cause you gonna see me, I was in Winco. I was always in Winco, like buying shit, buying food and shit. The fact that you seen that and it killed you and you're still a broke, worthless bum crying over $200 and me talking shit about you fucking around with a married bitch in my spot? Bro, get your life together, my nigga. You got a lot more to worry about in life than a nigga from 2015, 2016 that you was roommating with. Get over it. Get your motherfucking life together. The last thing you should be worried about is a nigga that is way past you in life. Way past you. I forgot that nigga even existed. Once I asked about him last year in the summertime, I forgot this nigga even existed. Once they said he got fired, I was like, damn, they said he got fired and moved to Colorado or some shit. That's what they said. I said, damn, this nigga really packed his shit and went to Colorado? Fuck. That's the last. They said he went to some fucking Midwestern state or some random shit after he got fired. I was like, ah, shit. There's nothing to confirm. That nigga knows nothing about me. You're banned too. You can't confirm nothing. You don't know anything about me. The nigga knows nothing about me whatsoever. Never seen any of my personal information. That nigga knows nothing about me. It's just as simple as that. It's a hating, broke ass, worthless bum that is still upset. You know what I'm saying? Still upset that he's broke as fuck. Still upset that he's never thrived in life. The nigga has a felony. Nigga has a felony. He has a irreversible felony. He can never own a firearm. He can never get a real job. The nigga's useless. The last thing you need to be worried about is me. Like, the nigga got a violent charge in a whole nother state, tried to come to Cali to escape it. The niggas, that's why I was happy when I found out he worked at Winco. I'm like, hold on. All right, so cool. The nigga got a job. All right, Jonathan Leggett with the 50. Hey, think about it. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. So,
Fight story.
the fight story, right? So I was a freshman in high school. Hold on, I was a sophomore. You had a teacher that was notorious for not letting kids use the restroom at the shit, and the bitch didn't let me go up playing, but you shit it inside a glove. Damn. All right, so basically, I'm looking good today. Oh, thank you. It's haircut time already. But yeah, appreciate it. So fight story. So I don't know. I was never like respected amongst blacks like that because I was always like different. You know, I don't know what you can call me, like a geek trying to be cool. I can't say I was a nerd because I wasn't like, yeah, or shit like that. But I was like stuck in the middle, and I felt like I had to impress other blacks. It does cost $30 to cut on my can. Those are my rules. So long story short, there was this girl that I thought was very attractive. I thought she was the finest chick in school. And I knew that I had no chance of fucking with her. Let's see, what was my attire like? I was wearing like, you know those Chinese stores that have like jeans and white tees and shit like that? You know, your typical like swap meet fucking Asian store where you go pick up shit like that. Misfit. Yeah, there we go. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know my identity back then. So, long story short, I knew I was a good looking dude or whatever, but I still couldn't get like bitches like that. But there was this girl, I'll never forget, her name is Jennifer. Of course, you know, she still look, I'm not gonna front, she still look good to this day. Matter of fact, she's actually one of the only females I know from back when we were kids that actually is still sexy enough to get banged. No, she wasn't white. She was black and Mexican. Her dad was black and her mom was Mexican. So everybody like, man, Jenny is fine as fuck, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, man, I used to just be like, man, she's like the sexiest girl I ever seen, blah, blah, blah. Like, she's so fucking fine, this and that. I could tell you another story about it, but that's going to cost another $50. But, so this is about the fight story. So we were already together, everything like that. Everybody was hating on me. When we got together, everybody was hating on me. When I'm telling you all the black people hated me, man, how the fuck that nigga get with her? Blah, blah, blah. That nigga square, da, da, da. That nigga don't be wearing J's. Like, that nigga ain't got no fits. That nigga ain't geared up. Blah, blah, blah. I can't believe that nigga got with her, whatever. And then you'd have some niggas that would fake the funk and be like, damn, my nigga, I see you got with Jenny, blah, blah, blah. All right, I see you, my nigga, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, all right, cool, this and that. So that's when I had the biggest fucking haters. I went from being like unknown to somebody that got the most fire girl in the school. Still top 5, one of the fireest chicks I ever had. Now, every day I was getting mad dog. We used to kick it in front of like a lunchroom. We used to kick it in front of like the cafeteria. The cool niggas wouldn't go in the cafeteria. You buy your shit at the window. If you went in the cafeteria, you was considered just like what ASAP Doodoo said at L7. You was considered a square, blah, blah, blah. If you went in the cafeteria. If you didn't buy your lunch, niggas was clowning you. So we used to always stand outside and be tonguing it up crazy to the point where like the duty guards would be like, hey, you guys doing too much. There's not another LTG streaming, nigga. That's me. That's somebody ripping my stream right now and sucking my cock. Virtually only. So it was this nigga I'll never forget. He looked like Kodak Black. It was this dude that looked just like Kodak Black. That's not 70s kid shit, dumbass nigga. The fuck out of here, bitch. That's not even close to shit. You don't know my demographics stuff. Anyways, so basically we was tonguing it up every day outside of class. Outside the class, like the lunchroom, tonguing it up. I'm like grabbing her, squeezing on her ass. We're just doing the most. A lot of PDA. I don't even do PDA no more because I don't even like kissing or any of that shit anymore. Period. I don't like hugging and kissing. It just make me want to throw up just thinking about it. So anyways, shouts out to my mods. I'm gonna have to go green on you niggas in a minute. So long story short, it was this dude looked like Kodak Black, dark ass nigga with Zulu knot things all over his head. I'll never forget. Mad dogging me over and over and over again. Big shout out to my mods. He would just start mad dogging me over and over and over again. Mad dogging, mad dogging. And one day he was like, "Nigga, what the fuck you looking at, homie?" And I was just like, "You looking at me, blah, blah, blah." He's like, all right, nigga, catch that fade, though. I was like, all right, bitch ass nigga, blah, blah, blah. You know, I had to bark back. So, all right, hold up. My mods. Now, I didn't want to fight this dude or whatever. I wasn't vibrant like that back then. Like, yeah, I wasn't like afraid of nobody, but I wasn't really about that confrontational shit. So the whole time we walk into the back, I'm like, man, everybody's like, come watch me beat this fake ass thug's ass. Blah, blah, blah. I'm about to knock this fake thug out. This and that. He's like, fuck you, bitch ass nigga. We can square off right here. I was like, nah, let's go to the handball courts. So all these black people following us. Everything like that. We go to the handball courts. My girl's like, nah, just babe, like, don't do it. You know how they do, typical shit. Don't do it, blah, 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 this and that. I was like, nah, fuck that. So he starts squaring off like this. You know how niggas that can't fight always squaring off like this. Now, I know everybody in here that's black, you've seen a nigga square off like this. And if you're not black, you've seen a nigga square off like this on video. Going like that. So, I'm just in my regular stance. I'm like, you know, just ready to go. And the fight wasn't even that long. So I remember dude swinging at me. I remember this dude threw a big ass haymaker. He comes back. Whew. I didn't duck. I went back like this and I caught him with a left. And this dude just spun around and fell. Everybody's like, oh shit, I didn't even know this nigga had hands. Oh shit. Everybody like flipping out, going crazy. They didn't even know I could fight, anything. Flipping out, going nuts. Then this dude grabs me, like pushes me against the handball court, grabs my head, start kind of hit me in my head. And I'm like uppercutting this dude over and over again. Then that's when everybody started breaking this shit up. But I remember I busted his shit too. Hey, Mersado, thank you for the 10. I'm telling you, all the black people thought I was a square. Yeah, you know, he threw out a fucking hook that was coming out at like 50 frames. So, I mean, while he was caught in his recovery, he would basically, if you throw a punch that's that looping and you don't have speed, I could just be like, all right, I can counter you easily. So he threw that shit. By the time I backed up, I could still come in for a cold one. I could throw a hook and still have all day. Because if he threw out a 60 frame hook, by the time you get to me, boom, I can counter with a hook easily. A jab would have been better, but I didn't know frame data like that at all back then. So, and yeah, IRL frame data does exist. So all they did was they broke us up. They broke it up, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't even that long. They broke it up, blah, blah, blah. After that, I got hella respect from niggas. They was talking about, yeah, we about to jump this nigga after school, blah, blah, blah. And then that's when I kind of just got a little bit popular in my school because I happened to fight. You know, when you fight, niggas respect you and shit like that. But yeah, that's the fight story. Basically, this nigga wanted to catch my fade because I had the sexiest bitch in school. That's basically all it was. Nigga, IRL frame data does exist if you're that in tune to it. Also, I would never do, don't ever do Adderall in your life. Like, that shit'll shrink your cock, make your face look like a zombie. Like, nah. Yeah, if you're not prescribed, don't fuck with it. That shit is not no super drug. Look, I'll tell you guys a story, right? So, I don't know, is it TOS to say that you've tried an Addy? So let me tell you guys a story. I'm over here thinking Addy's like a limitless pill because everybody kept saying it was like a limitless pill. My homie was like, yeah, my nigga, I'm on. He's like, I'm doing Addies to do like my medical shit for my school. I'm acing all my tests, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, he's like, I could get you a few of the Addies. He gave me some 5 milligrams, didn't do shit. I said, all right, whatever. I had my first Adderall 2022. Let me tell you what Adderall did for me. It made me not want to eat a motherfucking thing. Now, hold on. The 5 milligram didn't do shit. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to the whole dosage shit, right? The 5 milligram didn't do shit. I told him, I was like, bro, the 5, I didn't feel nothing. He's like, all right, man, pop 2. I'm like, all right, so let me pop 2 for the 10. Pop that, didn't feel shit. He's like, oh, the 10s didn't do anything either. He's like, oh, that's cool. He's like, I got what was it, 30s or? Yeah, he said, all right. He's like, I got the 30, my shit. I was like, all right, cool. I said, how many 30s could I get off you? He's like, shit, I'll give you like 8. He's like, I got infinite supply, my boy. I'm like, all right, for sure. Remember when DNF Duel came out that summer 2022? I must have popped one of those 30s. Played DNF Duel for 7 hours straight on Discord. Like, that shit made my thumb go, Argh! My thumb like did some zombie shit. I'm like, what the f? I've been playing fighting games my whole life. My thumb never just torqued out of nowhere. That shit went Argh! On some Beetlejuice shit. I'm like, the fuck going on? That shit had me wired. I didn't want to eat shit. I forgot I had a cock. Everything. I'm like, it'll make you want to. Also, it makes you never want to leave the house. I'm looking out my curtain like, I'm like, looking out the curtain. I'm like, I'll go to the gym next. Look out the curtain again. I'm like, I'll go to the gym in an hour. Play some more DNF Duel. I just like kept looking out the window like, all right, I still got time to go to the gym. Took the shit down. Play a little bit more DNF Duel. I was like, open up the curtain. I was like, all right, it's 7 o'clock. I hit the gym. Close it. So like, all right, I stopped fucking with it for a bit because once my thumb went on some zombie shit, I said, all right, I'm not fucking with this shit no more. All right, cool. So I let it go some days. You know, I think I did like maybe 3 Adderalls in 2022, and then I just didn't with it no more. So I started taking some acting classes again. Started taking some acting classes early 2023. I said, oh, this shit gonna be like the limitless pill. I'm about to go in there just swag, just ooh. So I'm like, all right, cool. Bro, I must have took that fucking shit. That shit had me looking like a goddamn zombie, bro. Hold on, let me get a piece of paper. I don't know who the lied to anybody saying Adderall is some sort of super pill, because it's not. I must have been reading these lines. That's all I could see was colors on the paper, and I'm like, I'm reading this shit. I couldn't remember 2 lines. I couldn't remember 5 lines. I couldn't remember shit. I'm like, all I kept seeing was colors. I'm like, like before, because I was driving down to like in Wilshire, LA to take these classes 2 times a week. I swear, like that shit just lowered my IQ. It just made me look weird. Like that shit always made my face look like a zombie. Hence the TwitchCon pictures. Yeah, that's why I look like a goddamn monster in all those pictures, because that shit like did something to my face. It like dragged my face down, and it just destroyed me. So I'm like, bro, after that TwitchCon shit and how I look like a zombie and shit like that, DT was like, bro, you good? He's like, you look different. I'm like, I said, yeah, I'm good. He said, oh, he's like, yeah, you look a little bit different. He's like, what happened? I told them like 2 months later, I was on an Adderall the whole week. I was on Addy the whole weekend. He like, oh, bro, after that, I never fucked with it again. I would never. That shit Rage posted where I was looking weird, my face was all puffy, my eyes was all tight. That's because I was on Adderall. I was on Adderall, had minoxidil. Bro, that shit, that shit just had me fucked, bro. I would never in life. I don't even like alcohol. So it's like, doing that shit, nah. I literally don't recommend it. If you're not a HDHD type of motherfucker, yeah, never take those. Never take them shits. That shit had me looking like a zombie. Nah, weed is trash. I'm just not a drug, alcohol type shit like that. You know what I mean? Adderall completely kills your sex drive 1,000%. You almost think like your cock don't even exist. Balls are gone, dicks. Almost forgot I had a BBC. I'm like, I had to go down there, check, flop it a couple times. Like, all right, we straight. It just kills your sex drive 100%. And you can only focus on one thing. It ruins your multitask. I remember the first time I took an Adderall, right? I paid all my bills. Signed up for auto pay on everything. I'm like, and I just remember, I'm like, I'm at the computer like, didn't have one bill left to pay. Put everything on auto pay. Why was I on that? Because everybody around me kept telling me that Adderall was some super drug. So I'm like, all right, well, let me try this shit. Let me try this like super thing. Like maybe it'll trick my mind. This is some extra genius shit. But what I don't understand is my mind is already different. So me taking some Adderall literally doesn't work like how it would work for a normal. Yeah, that shit, literally the worst experience ever. Trying to do Adderall or experiencing, trying to fuck with it, kills your appetite, adds water retention to my face, made me look like a goddamn zombie, makes you not want to do shit. You can't leave the house. You just feel weird. The sun even looked different. I don't know, like the sun had this weird orange glaze to it for me. Like it just made the day look different. It just fucked everything over. I just would never fuck with that shit again. But is Adderall a drug or is it a prescription? Because when I think drug, I'm thinking like a hard drug. Why was I doing it last summer? I don't know. I just thought like kept saying it was a super drug or something. I thought it just gave you like, horrible swag. Get it? It's basically meth. Yeah, I can't imagine somebody that actually does that shit. But that's what I'm saying. I heard like gamers and streamers and all that shit be popping Adderall. These don't. Like if you're taking Adderall, you might as well have a pussy. Your cock literally will not work. Your dick's gone. I don't need nothing. All I need is confidence within myself. Taking an Adderall is literally, there's no reason to take an Adderall unless you have ADHD. But will rap about Adderall and all that kind of shit. You literally can't have a bulging, veiny cock on Adderall. It's impossible. You'll have like one of them 60%, 40% dicks, like just enough to perform, but you won't have that full BBCH. Yo, shout out for 14 months genocide run only. Causes gray hair. Good thing I stopped. Shit. Definitely not trying to get none of those. You said you have it and don't take it. Shit turns you into an empty husk. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. You take a honey pack and an Addy, all you gonna have is a loose Drake flopping dick. Like shit just gonna have no body to it. You got to squeeze it at the back part just to fuck with the rest of your dick. You guys know what I'm talking about? You ever have to squeeze the back part of your dick to fuck with the rest of it? That's what I'm talking about. Did it make me more productive? Nah. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you know what I'm talking about. When you try to double back, you might have busted too quick. You're trying to double back, so you like, damn, like, hold on, I'm not done yet. Hold on. She's like, damn, you busted already? Like, hold on, I'm not done. Hold on. You go in the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, rinse shit off. Like, all right, let me get sucked up again. She started topping you off crazy. You get semi-hard, but not fully hard. You like, all right, fuck it. You go, all right, bend over for back shots. Just bend over real quick. Then you do the part where you just squeeze the back of your dick to make all the blood go to the front of your dick. And then you just basically do one of those grip. You ever seen them in porn? They squeeze the back of their cock, use the rest for. Yeah, that type of. Some of you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you just gotta live a little bit more. But it might happen to you one day. That's why you are laughing, because some of you motherfuckers know what I'm talking about. Extreme Drama Queen, shout out for the 9 months. Thank you. Ever popped a Viag? Nah, hell no. I'm not with that shit. I feel like once you pop one Viagra, your dick will probably never work the same. I personally would never fuck with that. I'm not with no Blue Chew, no Viag, none of that shit. I just feel like as soon as you do that, I feel like you'll never be able to get authentically hard the same. So I'm not popping no pill that's giving me no false erection. Now, if you're rocking with the honey packs, I think that's a little bit different. All that does is just probably get you excited for a bitch that really you didn't want to get excited for. Like, you know, but I think maybe that's like, you know, the first interaction. You're like, you know, like some chicks, like you guys ever with some chicks before where it's like you don't know them, so you're not sure if your cock could get the rockiest for them. It'll be good enough, but it won't. Yeah, exactly. You won't get the full torpedo. Like I said, like I don't know. I'm a firm believer in DLC dick. Like it take a certain type of chick to unlock that full downloadable content dick. And it's not accessible to anybody else. Hasn't been accessible to anybody else. Only a certain chick can unlock that DLC dick. Yeah, she gotta download that shit. What? No, you gotta say like Cialis is like when a chick, bro. If I had to tell a chick to pop a Cialis to have liquidy, how about no? If you can't drip and cream for me authentically. Nah. The Blue Chew? Nah, I ain't with no pills, bro. I'm not a pill type of mother. The only pills I'm taking are in the form of capsules when it comes to workout supplements. As far as like sexual enhancement pills and shit, nah, I'm cool. If I can't get rocky authentically, then we're just not sexually compatible. Not everybody you try to fuck, you're sexually compatible with. Your body lets you know that your dick's not gonna get rock swollen hard for every you try to bang.